news. Have you gotten to see Doom Patrol? I would assume not.
No, I haven't seen that.
So it's a DC Marvel thing, but the thing I like about it is that Brendan Fraser is kind of came back.
Oh, I was wondering what happened to him. I watched Blast from the Past a couple weeks ago.
Dude, he was in some great movies, and even The Mummy was really good back in the day, and like he was in some good comedies too.
Yeah, what a guy.
Dude, well, do you know what happened?
No, I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, so that's what I actually had as a thing because I was watching Doom Patrol. First of all, Doom Patrol is so well written and it makes fun of itself, but not in a cheesy way where they're just outright making fun of themselves. Like it's just if you get a chance, watch an episode if you can, and it's hilarious. But so Brendan Fraser in like 2003, I think the president of the HF, whatever, the one that does like the award shows and stuff like that, the president, um like grabbed his junk and stuff and like started like massaging him. And so he was basically sexually assaulted. And the whole story was like he says it was a joke, it wasn't like anything. And Brendan was like, I'm the one that was sitting there and felt uncomfortable. And so he said that kind of made him kind of become more reclusive. And then the offers stopped coming in because one, that the president probably blackballed him, like him
Right.
and like Harvey Weinstein and all them probably like blackballed him to a degree. And then he also, because of that, he just became more recluse and like didn't want to work in the industry. So just over time, all the offers just stopped coming. And it sucks because it's like, and the reason I bring that up is because I feel like there's a stigma that men can't have feelings or we can't feel like we're being exploited or taken advantage of because there's like that masculinity factor with other people, and especially when it comes to sexual assault. And there's all this, Me Too movement and all that, but it's like I know a lot of guys that it's probably more equal than people think. It's just less guys come forward,
Yeah,
and other, or we don't hear about stuff like that. And I just think it's such a shame that someone like Brendan Fraser felt like
right.
he
Especially
had
when
to
there's
like lose what he loved to do because
yeah,
he didn't feel like anyone would believe him, where it was like demasculating.
yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like we've been conditioned to think a certain way, like in
Yeah.
terms of masculinity and femininity, and it's like even to that, like say if like who's more likely to believe that I'm a guy and I just got raped?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially like even like imagine if it would have been a woman,
Yeah.
you know, that
People would have
that
been like, oh my God. So why isn't it the same reaction?
yeah, yeah, or like or a woman that assaults a man, it's still if it's
Still
unwelcome.
assault. And look, man, these days there's some women out there that kick my ass in a heartbeat. So it's not like that, women aren't on. I just feel like if you want to talk about equality, then it needs to be equal all the way around.
Yeah,
It can't just be one way. And that's not, and I know it's two dudes sitting here talking. So females, if they're listening, probably these guys don't know what they're talking about. But my
yeah,
premise is still valid. Like, what I'm trying to say is that like I hate that I support women's rights, but yet all I see are memes and about how men are pigs and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if you're gonna call me a pig, then it's like, why should I even support what you're saying? Like sometimes I know it's not all like that. And again, I think this is what I think. I think the world really isn't that bad, but we're always seeing the extremes on social media. So we think things are a lot worse. And that does bring out the crazies. But I'd like to think that most Americans are somewhere down the middle. And we believe in treating people with respect, but also not necessarily just handing out free shit. But at the same time, we also understand we
that's
live
a,
in a racist society that was built on racism, and we have a long way to go to, fix laws and the way things are done.
it's interesting that you say that because I have a theory. I think that like a lot of the problems in our society, I think social media has greatly exacerbated those problems and amplified them, especially because people, I guess, I don't know what the psychology is behind it, but it's like when they get behind the screen of a computer or on their phone, they take off their mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And
You see
so
the
I
real them.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the ugliness in our society is exposed, and I think it kind of boils over into the real world.
Mhm.
I when I was it's like when I was younger, it seemed like society was a bit more polite,
Mhm.
but
You didn't have
man,
to like someone, but you would at least have somewhat of a like public respect.
yeah.
It
Now,
wasn't like
granted,
brazen like hatred.
in other ways though, that we've come such a long way.
Yeah.
A lot of there's good and bad with it.
Yeah,
You know,
for
and
sure.